Hi guys, Colin Taylor here and Linda Williams, and we are Loose Groomers. How you doing? Been a busy day today?
Yeah.
Oh, is that all? Just
Yeah, I did have a busy day.
Oh,
I haven't felt very well this week, but...
I thought you said that I shouldn't blame it on you while we haven't been on. So it's not Linda's fault we haven't been on this week. We've all been very, very busy. Johnny's been in Scotland, and he's always behind the camera reading out your questions. And Linda hasn't been well, and I've been in London, and so on and so forth. But anyway, first of all, our hearts go out to everybody around the world. With what happened in London, it's been a real hard time for everybody, and I think it's one of them things where we all need to think about things when we do.
Being kind to each other.
Yeah, being kind to each other, and realising that you never know where you are and what could happen. I mean, it could happen to anybody, and so it really is a tough time for everybody. And obviously the people that commute back and forth into London to work, they're always on tender hooks maybe, and so, our hearts are with you. Hello you, Lottie. She's a little beauty. Anyway, so, did you have a busy week?
Lottie.
You come to say hello? Oh, you get down there, little one. So you've had a busy week at work. I've been crazy today, so I've been doing all the Master Groom things and making sure that it is a lot more organised. When the contestants come in early in the morning, you all have your number, and the judges have their sheets with the numbers, so it all coincides with everything. And that is that's one of the hardest parts of the actual putting the show together, is making sure that the numbers and the names all go in order with everything. It's like a really painstaking job. So I spent a good 5 hours doing that on the computer, and then I ran out of paper, but I was only got the last class, which is the Asian class, to do, and I was done.
Cool.
So I'm really happy about that. So
that's not far away now.
No, it's the countdown is next week, so we are going to be like, this is when I start to get all like nervy and bitchy.
Well, you're always bitchy, but nervy.
Nervy. Well, it is. Because and also because it's a new location, it's like rebirthing a baby.
Yeah.
Kind of a big.
Like you'd know about that.
Well, I don't know, but I've seen them. I've seen you women bitch about it enough, so I can imagine what it's like. And Charlie Crowley, she's going to have a baby soon.
Is she?
Yeah. It's going to be so cute, and she's going to be one cool mother. She'll swear a lot. Yeah. But she's going to be a real cool mum. And from behind, you wouldn't even know she's pregnant.
And here's to mums on Sunday.
Yeah, Mother's Day Sunday, yes. So good. I saw my mum, spent the last few days with my mum, so that was fun. And yes, it's all good. So, and also, we are going to have a launch at Master Groom for the Tops to Tail collection, which is the new grooming wear collection. So if you're going to be there, Tops to Tail's collection is debuting at Master Groom. Hopefully next year they're going to do a fashion show on the evening of the Liverpool Awards, but this year they are going to be debuting at Master Groom, so they're going to have a trade stand out there for the first time with their family. The whole family is going to be there supporting the girls, and I think they're going to be competing too. Cool. But yes, the collections that go on. Alison Rogers has been one of their models, so she'll be, I'm sure, wearing their collection for the Dream Seminar, and they're going to be there with champagne and canapes. Well, they gotta be now, because I've said that so you've got to make sure you get the champagne and canapes, haven't you, girls? Yeah. So that is Tops to Tails collection. Cool. TTTC.
That's good.
It's good, isn't it? It's really good. So they're going to be debuting at Master Groom, their new collection of grooming wear, and I think that's really important that we do. I mean, I'm the worst. I did that seminar on last Saturday, didn't I, with you? And they said, "Didn't you?" I said I forgot my grooming smug. Of all the things I forgot was my apron or grooming smug. So it's really important that we do have that kind of look. When we walk out to the customers, we do look professional and look nice, and colour coordinated, so on and so forth. So I think the grooming wear is becoming a little bit more fashionable because let's face it, sometimes it just looks like a bag of potatoes, isn't it? Like just one big. Like when I buy my smocks, I'm like, damn, that's massive, and I put it on and it fits perfectly. Holy shit, am I really that big? But it's horrible because you don't realise, that you're kind of the same, sideways or frontways, you're the same. Well, I am anyway. So that's going to be debuted at Master Groom, is the TTC Top 2 Tails collection, which is really exciting. So do come by and see them. And along with all the other incredible trade stands, of course, I can't forget the major sponsors, which is Christie's Direct, which is giving £1,250 to each Best in Show and Best All Round Groomer. And then we have Simpsons, they sponsor all the classes. Groomers is sponsoring the best novice, so the novice, because they don't qualify for best in show, they have the best of days. So the best of days Saturday and best of days Sunday, and Groomers are sponsoring that. And then you have Red Cape, which have been always there sponsoring. Who else we got? Groomers, Simpsons, Christie's, Red Cape. Oh my God, I do not want to forget many people. And obviously we got a bunch of other trade stands there. Obviously we're going to be there. Demilex will be there. Secret Weapon will be there. Lisa Cox will be there with Heavenlies. We got all the we've got the associations. Bigger. The PIF's going to be there. Summit's going to be there. So we got a whole bunch of various different grooming stands. What are going to be there? Selling grooming equipment or non-grooming equipment. Sensei's going to be there, who do the real beautiful diffusers.
Yeah.
So it's really, really good.
Yeah.
So I'm really excited, and it's going to be one busy show. So once again, we have the Dream Seminar going on Friday, which is going to be incredible, and then we have obviously Saturday all day competition. Saturday night the Liz Paul Awards.
And you've got a new speaker, haven't you?
Well, we haven't yet, but I'll talk about that later.
Right, okay.
Yeah, thanks a lot for mentioning that. We weren't supposed to, but that's okay.
Okay.
And Johnny's looking all terrified back there. It's like, oh my God.
Is Janet watching?
I don't know. I've been sharing stuff.
So let me know if she is.
Getting the views in.
Well,
Yeah. I've got to take my coat off.
I'm sure she'll be mentioning that a little bit later. But while I'm here, I want to we talked about Bigger, which is the association that I'm one of the directors of, and they have we're going to make it a little bit more interactive. We want to get the people to come back to the website, and it's really important that I hear from you guys saying what you guys want from an association. What can we give you to make you want to belong to an actual body, a body of people that does go out of their way to care about the grooming industry. So please go on to mybigger.org, that's www.mybigger.org, and you can go on there and you can look at what's going on right now. We're going to make it a little bit more interactive. We're going to have some fun things going on there, which I'm really, really excited about. It means I've got to work a little bit harder, but that's okay, because I want to make sure that the groomers have a little bit more for them. And also qualifications. Now, I know we talked about qualifications, when was it, last week?
The week before.
The week before when we was talking about the Groomers Spotlight.
Yeah.
So,
last week.
We got the Groomers. Was it last week or was you playing hockey? Whatever.
No.
So the Groomers Spotlight, which is owned by Julie Harris and Stuart Simons. So that is the website where you can work your way up to your level 3. And when you get your level 3, you can go on to having your profile, which you probably haven't done yet, have you? No. We will talk about that later.
Yeah.
So, but I want people to realise, because I've had a lot of people messaging me and they've been absolutely terrified about how long do they have to get their level 3, when will licensing come into effect. There was a couple of posts on Facebook saying, but you know what, licensing is going to come into effect very soon, so people have got to rush and get their qualification. And I want to say, I also have people that are on the DEFRA board, and you know what, I want to say this, probably not in my lifetime will licensing come into effect in this industry. From the bottom of my heart, and believe me, I am all for regulations and some kind of licensing, but I want people to understand, the ones what are terrified regarding this, that I can't see it happening in the near future, to be honest. And I want you to realise it costs literally hundreds of thousands to license an industry, so it is no cheap feat. And I think that people automatically think, but there's going to be licensing tomorrow. What will happen if you're, somebody's been grooming for 15 years? And I think, once again, this is a subject that I am all for education. I think it's a great thing that ICMGs come on board and they are doing their certifications. And Fern also has the new certification, which is on the framework. And then you have, obviously, City and Guilds, which have been around for many, many years. We're laughing at my and Mel Winter's parchment paper certificates, because it looks like they're on parchment paper. So we are all for the continuation of education. And I just want people not to be worried and don't start freaking out thinking that you have months or literally weeks to get certified, because that's just not the way it is. And like I said, licensing is probably not going to happen in my lifetime. So maybe if you're 15 years old and you want to become a groomer, maybe in your lifetime, maybe, but definitely not in yours.
No, definitely not in mine.
No.
I'm younger than you, anyway.
No, you're not.
Yes,
You're
I
way
am.
older than me.
No, I'm not.
You are older than me, like by
Rubbish.
5 years.
Rubbish.
I only look older than you because I work hard. Yeah. So anyway, so don't panic about that. Any questions, Johnny, so far?
Don't know yet. Hadn't had the chance to
so
look.
Johnny's been sharing it, and he's been like, he's been slacking, hasn't he?
Yeah.
So he's been in, going back to Scotland, isn't he?
Yeah.
By the way. Because we're learning things. So if you have any questions regarding the qualification, I would love to get, when it comes to Mastering, I do have a goal where I want to get all the certification people to do a lecture together. So maybe Angela Cayley from ICMG can talk, or even myself, because I'm going to be working closely with Angela Cayley and her lovely group, and also some people for City and Guild, so that way we can have both sides working together, because like I said on my post the other day, we are all on the same ocean, but we're going not necessarily in different directions. We are sometimes going in a very familiar direction, but sometimes we're not, we are not necessarily working together for the same cause, and I think we could work a lot better together, and I think that would only make us all look more professional to the people coming into the industry, because I have to say I've had some people at seminars and messaging me saying that they have been in corporate situations and they've just come into the industry, and they are quite frankly disgusted with how some of the people act towards each other. And I think that we do need to start working, and I preach about this all the time too, about working together more and supporting one another, whether it be me supporting other grooming shows and then supporting my show, or whatever it may be. We have to support each other a lot more. What's your feeling about that?
Just be nice to each other.
Just be nice to each other. Oh, she's not feeling. She's still not well. So is that going to be your answer?
Yeah. No.
War and peace.
Yeah.
And be nice. Well, you know what?
Yeah.
It would be nice. I mean, although we all.
We could all up our game. Let's be fair. We could.
Well, and absolutely, I think it's one of them things where we have to admit that no matter. The grooming industry has come on leaps and bounds, and it is really, really thriving. And I think the education is, there's so much more education out there, which we've talked about before, and seminars every weekend and more competitions. And it just means we have to be a little bit more considerate of each other's competitions, and we have to support each other's competitions, and always understand the reason why we have to support each other is because you know what, it's going to come to a point where people will start picking and choose, which is great. People should have the choice, but we also want them to come to all the shows. Like we teach people to become certified with all the certifications or belong to all associations. We want people to go to all the shows too. Yeah, which is really, really important.
Any questions?
We've got a few comments. So we start. We've got Christine Anderton.
Yep.
Hello, Colin. That bag is so your colour.
I know.
We've got Anne. Hello, Colin. Carol. Hi. Laura. Evening. Carol Keen. Hello. Karen is saying hiya. Toothbrush Fairy is watching. So excited to be coming to Master.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, Toothbrush Fairy. That's with the EpiPet. The toothbrush. Have you tried that? Yeah. So she's going to become I call it the Tooth Fairy because I think that's what they should be called, the Tooth Fairy, because they are there, and that's a really good tool too. So if people are interested in seeing how the actual EpiPet works, it is a really good tool, and I know that a lot of people are loving it. The ones that are using it, it's not like a brush. It kind of like little sonic pulses which go on the tooth, and it vibrates, and eventually it will help loosen up that tartar, which is really, really good. So that's really important.
We also have Georgina.
Georgina.
Hello, never actually catch this live. Lol.
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 Laugh out loud. Lol.
We've got Amy Manser. You forgot about us again.
Oh, for God's sake. Because you know what, if I don't say that, I'll have her or her husband on the thing. You forgot about, and that's true. Purple Paw. So you remembered. Yeah. So that was your job. I said you mentioned Purple Paw.
He did.
And I mentioned the rest. So Purple Paw will be there with, and also they have the new Melanie Newman products, which are really, really good products, by the way, which I've heard, the shampoo line. And I have some new products coming out too, which I'm really excited about. So Janet Raby's probably watching. Is she on yet?
I don't think so.
Well, actually, it's Friday. I think she's babysitting, which is fine. They're totally allowed to babysit. Yeah. But so anyway, so when it comes to different things, I think it's important once again that I would like to see the people come together. Yeah. And it starts at the top. And one of the biggest questions, what somebody said to me, which I then relayed onto Facebook, how is this industry supposed to work together when even the the key speakers and the people that are, you know, not running it, but the people that drive it, the people that drive the industry. If the people that drive the industry can't all see eye to eye or get along, then the industry's, I wasn't going to say the word, it's buggered, isn't it? So, you know, what I was going to say a worse word about that, I would never do that on
You pulled me up for saying buggered the other night.
What, I did, didn't I?
You did.
Yeah, I did, but I apologise. Well, you see, I called on to that.
It's a good word.
And I think for I think for the most part we all do want to see the same, you know, all the right things happen and all that kind of stuff. So you have to join the Groomers Spotlight, and you have to join bigger.
Yes.
Because you know what, once again, it's one of them things where, you know what, you have to be in it to see things move forward.
Yeah, I totally agree.
It's, you know, I think, and I've seen, you know, Stuart and Julie Harris, they've been posting lots on Facebook with new members what have passed their level 3 and so on and so forth. But I don't want people to ever feel that they are any less of a groomer if they don't have certain things. And you know what, all you've got to do is work towards that higher level. And you know what, I was talking to Amy, Mazda, can't forget Amy, she said, and I know, but a lot of other people have done the same thing. You know what? If you have something out there to get, then go for all of it. You know, because it just makes you feel better. I mean, you know, in America, there's 3 certifications. You got ISCC, you got National Dog Groomers, and you got IPG. And people want to get all of them because they want to make sure, you know, hey, certificates on walls look great. When you go to a seminar, you want to make sure you get a certificate from a seminar. You got all your certificates in your grooming salon.
I haven't got them all up.
Oh, you haven't all up? You have loads.
Yeah, I've got loads up.
Because you got loads from the north. You got a bunch from who else? Jitka, Crossover. Yeah. She's an amazing person for hair stripping. Yeah. So it's really, really good. So really important. Yeah. Any more questions?
We have Angela Cayley.
Yeah.
Makes us stronger if we all pull in the same direction.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Exactly.
This is just a sort of off-topic thing. We have Alexandra. Hi guys, I had a pets at home customer in today that usually gets charged £40 for a complete strip off, small curly mongrel, and I charged £27 for the same job. Do you think I need to catch up price wise, or accept that pets at home are just expensive?
No, you are way too cheap. Pets at home is expensive, but they're still not as expensive as grooming should be. You know what? What did she say? 40 what?
£40 usually, no, and she's charging £27.
No, £40 is a good price, but still too cheap. And £27, I wouldn't get out. I wouldn't even groom a dog for £27 because you know what? It's a hard damn job. So love ya, but you have to make you got to get them priced at £27 in my opinion. And this is just my opinion. And you know what? Like I said, you know, it's just one of them things how I feel. But £27 is ridiculous. It's you know, you have to, I want you to make a living and I want you to feel comfortable and enjoy what you do for a living.
Next up we've got Suzanne. I looked into doing a C&G qualification despite grooming for decades. Told I needed to reset maths as my O-level was out of date as I'm near 50. And she's saying thanks for the reassurance that you gave her about the...
They said what about her O-level?
She needs to reset it because it's out of date.
Her O-level? What, her math?
What's that got to do with grooming?
Really? Well, you know what? Absolutely, I'm not too sure, and that's
what she's been told.
That's really. Actually, we do have a question about this also because we were asked about it. I'm not too sure why you were told that.
She's thankful for the reassurance.
And absolutely, anyway. I want you to realise, and this has been a big question. When you've been grooming for 30 odd years or 20 odd years, you know what I tell people. Once again, you know what. You do it if you want to do it. If it's going to make you feel better and you want to, you know, you want to push yourself, that's fine. But for somebody who's grooming for 27 years, I'd probably hire on the spot because, I mean, obviously she's going to be a really, really good groomer and the experience. And when it comes to most things, when it comes to judging grooming competitions, do they say, does that person have experience? Have they got experience they can do the job? You know, once again, we're coming down to what we talked about last week when it comes to qualified. What does qualified mean? It means you're qualified to the job at hand. What are you laughing at?
Johnny's laughing.
Johnny.
I ain't laughing. It's just the maths thing.
The maths, yeah. I know.
Everybody's
I'm sorry, you lost about that.
Chris is like, I couldn't reset maths. That's not real, is it? And Amy Mann says, at a college maybe, but not private schools.
Exactly, yeah. You know, when it comes to private schools, I know, but you know what, you may have to start off by doing your whatever introductory, your level 2. I'm not. It's confusing to me, and this is why it's so important we get people in the same room so people know what the hell, you know, because I know I have a problem understanding it, so I can understand why the bigger picture of the groomers have a problem understanding it. And you know, and we had a question, didn't we, at the weekend? And this is a question for Angela Cayley and people like Heidi Anston or Summit or whoever it is. What happens when somebody's dyslexic? So if somebody is dyslexic, what can you say to them? Do they get help? Or are they left on their own? Because I know when I did my driving test, the written part, I had the choice in front of the computer of the questions being read out to me. And that's what I went with, because I understand questions when they are read out to me a lot more. So, you know what? We have to realise in this industry, because we have a lot of people that do doubt themselves, that is also because a lot of people in this industry are also dyslexic. You and me, aren't we?
Yeah.
Angela says that they read to them.
Yeah.
So they read out to them.
Good. Yeah. Because, you know, and that's really important. And I was going to, hopefully I wanted to call up City and Guilds and get the answer from them, but I haven't had time. But there's something which I would love to know.
I think more people would take the exam if they thought there was some kind of help for that sort of thing.
Absolutely. And I think that I've been asked this many times, and the woman we talked to last Saturday just made me remember, but we do need to ask that question.
Just to close up the maths thing, Suzanne said, yes, at a college that we use for our apprentices wouldn't accept me unless did a year's math. And then we've also got Jenny, just because colleges, they have to prove their stats to the education board. Julie Harris is the one to ask, as she runs PIF school at Hadlow.
I just don't get that. Well, I'd be screwed.
It's always got a political thing, isn't it?
Well, and also, well, it might be, in my opinion, it's a stupid thing. Because, I mean, come on. I mean, could you imagine me and you been grooming for 30 years?
We'd be buggered.
We would be buggered. I mean, like, you know, I mean, maths. You know what do you, I got 6 dogs in today.
Yeah.
No, you don't. You got 5. Oh, shit. I should have gone to maths school. I mean, come on. Maybe, I'm not too sure about that. That's really, is Heidi on? Is Heidi on here?
Christina's.
Christine, yeah, tell her to get your mother on. I know she's watching.
She is.
Yeah, she normally got a nose in it, hasn't she?
Yeah.
But that is really confusing.
Yeah.
So
we get this all sorted out, and then
we'll try.
We'll try, and then.
Also, another thing, Matthew Spry. Dyslexics get extra time in the Evolver exams, I'm told.
Good.
So that's another.
But we need to find out so we can
support.
tell people definitely what.
But extra time to me is extra time just for me to get more confused.
Yeah.
To me, I can read a question, and it's only going to become more, because when you're dyslexic, not only are you dyslexic, but it makes you, get really frustrated and start doing this. But it does. It makes you get wound up. So I know it's something we should definitely need to look into.
There's maybe some additional support within that extra time.
I hope so. Yeah.
We just need to find out what's available at the moment and see if it needs changing. And
also look at that. I will talk to Julie Harris, because she is at a college, whether they have that. I've never ever heard that before, but obviously
I was given
that's a few people saying.
I'm talking about the O-level math and all that.
No.
I didn't know you had to have O-levels before you could,
For math.
Anyway, any more questions?
There's more comments rather than questions.
That's really confusing.
I know.
Now I'm even more confused.
Yeah.
Really more confused. Should we talk about my bag?
Yeah, why not?
So this is not completed yet, but this will be debuted at Master Room also. So this is
in leather.
Precious by Colin Taylor. This goes with the actual cologne line and the other line, which I'm going to have come out by the show, which myself and Janet Raby are doing together. So it is a purse, a nice little handbag, so you can use it as 2 things. It will have 2 straps on. It have straps on the side, and then you pull out this incredible. Now this is going to be different too. So this was the prototype. So it holds your scissors.
Got dog hair on it.
It's going to hold another pocket there. These are 3 pockets. Now, these 2, that pocket's going to be gone, and this is going to be one long pocket. So
Yeah.
it's going to have one long pocket for 6 blades, combs, Arco trimmers. Actually, today I got 6 blades in, scissors, combs, Arco trimmer, and a clipper, and it all closed up in the bag, and a little brush and your stripping knives, all that kind of stuff. So this will be making its debut also at Master Groom, and you can come by and see me. But once again, if you don't want to, you can use this as a regular purse. It's beautiful, and this is leather. They will come in different colours, and this is this little tiny. I call this like the competition series collection. So that way, when you're going into a competition or you are mobile grooming, you don't want to take everything with you. It holds the clippers, the blades, the scissors, the combs, and a brush. So what you and your stripping knives.
Lovely.
So it works out fine. See, and this is a, what colour would you call that?
Purple.
Mauve.
Purple.
Beautiful, isn't it? So all the colours will be at the little swatches I have at Master Groom. So very pretty. Not kind of. I mean, obviously, I wouldn't rock it down the street.
Oh, I don't know.
Well, I could probably get away with it.
Yeah. No,
I mean, but maybe
really
not.
like
You know,
it.
I love it too. So yeah, they will be at Master, and I do not have the final price yet, so don't ask.
Someone has asked, but anyway.
They have asked. How much is that? Who's asked?
I think it was Christine.
Okay, I see.
I just flicked away. So we have Kim Davies. I'm waiting to do my level 3 at college, but I've also been looking at private schools. Is government funding available at private schools? 24 plus advanced learning loan.
Don't think it is.
Sometimes now I remember when me and Heidi was working together, some of the students got funding through job seekers allowance, but it all depends which one and in what area it is, and also you have to prove to them you got to, and the school's got to be on the list. So if a school is on the list with job seekers allowance in that area, some students have got funding through it, but they haven't got like government funding.
If they still do it, because everything's changed.
Absolutely. So I think it would depend on the college. Obviously, there's financial aid when it comes to getting a bank loan or whatever like that, but you're looking for actual. I think the question is like more of a government-funded loan or whatever like that. So maybe a loan that you don't have to pay back, or it's given to you to start some kind of education. So that would be depend on the area and obviously what college and so on and so forth. But I would do your research, because what we were talking about also earlier on is people will naturally go to the school that's closest to them. Now, back in the day when I did my training, that was perfect because we had 2 incredible schools. There was Look North and there was Gillies, Canine Compass. So I went to Gillies because it was the closest to me. Nowadays we have so many more schools, so you really do have to do your research. Maybe the school that is right in your neighbourhood is not necessarily the best school for you to go to. So make sure that you do your research. You go to a grooming school, you find out how many teachers they have per student, you find out how many dogs they're grooming per day. If you have 4 students and 20 dogs, you're not going to learn much, okay? And, I think, when it comes to how, and different schools work in different ways, and I'm not bad-mouthing any certain school, but you have to look at, are you there to learn or are you there to be free labour? I think that's really, really important. And also, 9 times out of 10 when you call up that school, the first question they ask is, do you offer a qualification? So then you have that on top of that. So you want to make sure that you're getting the most out of your school or your college. There are some amazing schools, there are some amazing colleges. Just make sure you do your research. What are you laughing at, Johnny?
Well, Christine just said that Heidi's out shopping, and then Heidi's just joined.
She's out shopping, see?
No, she's back.
She's just joined then.
Okay, cool. So we need to ask Heidi if she knows about anything about the level, an O level, or you have to have some kind of O level math. Maybe that is only for colleges though, but I've never heard Julie mention that, so that'll be interesting to find out whether that is actual fact or not.
Chris Briggs has said, I taught level 2 at a college and I haven't got any GCSEs. This is ludicrous.
Absolutely, yeah, that's right. I mean, like, you know, absolutely. So, I mean, like I said, I've never heard of it, and maybe that was a different college. I mean, maybe they're all different. So, I mean, it's really important that you do check out that, and also remember. But when you want to do your more qualifications or your advanced or go on to your level 3 diploma, you can do that very easily by just calling up your local the grooming school in your area to see if they do supply it, and then they can tell you the actual, you know, how you go about it, where you're at right now. If you are done your level 2, but you've gone over that threshold of completing your level 3, then you do have to reinstate your with a reinstatement fee. Then you can carry on from that date, and you'll have so many months to complete it.
We have Carla. I asked Piff about dyslexia, and they said I had to travel to a centre a couple of 100 miles away. No theory exams have offered help to me, even though I have said.
Okay.
Something we need to work on.
Yeah, you know what? Yeah, you know, I think to push people aside and say, basically, get on with it. Not, but nobody said that. But I think we have to realise that, you know what? Yes, we want people to go on and get their qualifications, but we have to look at every single aspect, and that is a big one. You know, having people that are insecure and having people that have dyslexia, because it is a big issue.
Yeah.
So we will try and see what we can do about that, if we can.
We've also got Chris again. Leopard print, please, for the bag.
You know what? with Chris, actually, it will be in leopard print, and I think we can do it so this is a different colour. This could be a plain colour. This could be a leopard print, or the whole thing could be leopard print, even purple leopard print, and that would look fabulous on Chris. Gone quiet. Is that quiet?
I'm just trying to get through the comments.
You can't hurry up with you, Johnny. But he's not doing his job. I think he's slacking a little bit. You're quiet too.
Am I?
Yeah, you are.
We have Carla. I like purple things too.
You know what? In this, I think in any profession, when you're dealing with 90% women, you have to make everything in purple and pink.
Yeah.
And you got to try and make it look nice. Now, the reason why I wanted this bag is because I wanted it to look like a non-grooming bag. Because, you know, nothing against any bags with paw prints, but to me, you know what, I want to kind of look a little, you know, have it look a little bit more, you know, nice and flashy and a little bit, you know, a little posh and not so kind of like, you know,
Steady.
like, you know, pory. Steady. I'm not going to be horrible, because some people love paw prints.
Yeah.
They want paw prints, believe me, I'll be stabbing paw prints all over it.
Next up, we've got Emma Gooding, who watches it quite regularly.
Emma Louise Gooding.
Yes.
Oh, by the way, while I've got her on here, she needs to call me about her entry, because I think she might be in the wrong division. So she can send me a message. Emma, send me a message.
Okay, wait. I am better still revising via videos, etc., rather than paper for my ICMG exams. What else can I do?
Okay,
apart from videos.
Again. So she's watching her.
She watches videos that benefits her more,
absolutely.
Rather than reading off paper. What else can she do apart from those two?
Well, I mean, you do have to study when it comes to the ICMG, and when it comes to the paperwork. You do have to study when it comes to like dog's anatomy, when it comes to towel sets, when it comes to feet and all that kind of stuff. So it is important that you do follow your kennel club book. You don't have to read every single bit of it, but I would pinpoint out the things when it comes to towel sets, when it comes to what kind of foot a dog has, when it comes to the coat the breed has, when it comes to the, you know, it might ask about movement and so on and so forth, or ear sets. So it's important that you kind of make it fun, kind of go by the same kind of wavelength that Melissa Beplang did with Theory of 5 when she put the dogs into groups, and maybe make it a project for yourself where you can put dogs into groups what have the same ear sets, the same towel sets, the same kind of structure, and that would help you a lot. But the videos will help you immensely. However, remember, they're asking you things on structure also, not just on grooming, so that's really important. The ICMG exam is probably one of the hardest. You can smile at me. Look at my face.
We're still live.
You're still live. Sorry about that. My mum was calling. I'll give her a call back. So where was I? You took
You were like going.
Oh, because you smile at me.
Yeah.
We'll talk about the ICMG, the written exam. It's really, really in depth, and you really have to look at your breeds, and you have to put them into groups, and that way that will help you make it fun. Maybe do it with a group of other groomers where you can actually take things, and maybe you take the tails and you take the ears and you take this, and you know, you can look at dogs what have split eyebrows, what have falls, and what have, you know, none of each, you know, and coat types. So make it fun.
Yeah.
Christine Anderton has said C&G do bursaries.
Do what?
Bursaries.
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 What's that?
The funding. Bursaries.
Okay, yes, okay, cool.
Bursaries.
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 Just forget it, okay?
Funding. Okay.
Yeah.
Funding,
That's
if you
a
like.
for funding.
Just say funding. Oh, we got a special one behind.
Sure.
Sorry about the person behind the camera. He's Scottish.
Yeah.
Bursaries. Well, that's nice.
You've never
Would
heard
you
the
imagine that?
bursaries?
I've heard
No.
of it. I have.
You haven't?
Would you like to apply for a bursary? I'll be like, oh, I'm not too sure.
That's the
about
standard thing nowadays, bursaries.
that. Okay.
Okay.
In Scotland, anyway.
Okay, so City Guilds do offer it. Is that what she's saying?
Aye.
Okay,
They offer funding.
Oh, okay, very good. I think what people have to realise is, you know, when you want to look for funding, you know what, there's probably more funding that we actually realise, and you know, people need to go looking for it, and go on Google, just punch in any kind of thing, and you'll be amazed what comes up.
Yeah.
Really?
You'd be surprised what comes up when you type in Disney.
Oh, any more questions, Johnny?
No. Wait no.
Who's laughing? So, how many dogs do you take? That Springer Spaniel was cute when I walked in.
3, 4.
Oh, yeah.
About 7, I think we did.
Is that with your O-level mouth?
Yeah. Well, no, without.
I
did it without.
I'm proud of you there. I'm really proud of you. You actually counted as 7
Yeah.
without getting confused.
Well, I'm lucky that I can remember them, because this time of night I can't remember what I did in the morning.
Absolutely. While I'm here, Mouse Groom entries do close on Wednesday, and also the Liz Paul Awards, you can still vote by going on to Total Groomer magazine, and you can vote for the Liz Paul. With the top 5 people have been up there for quite some time now.
Yeah.
The votes have been coming in really thick and steady. I was talking to Mike earlier, and he said he's really been impressed with the voting program. It's been really, really good. So make sure you do get in there, because the voting, actually the vote, what did I say, Wednesday? Sorry, Thursday the votes closed for the Liz Paul Awards. On Wednesday the votes closed for the Master Room. We still do have some openings for the scissor purebred classes. Actually the student, I'm really surprised about the student class, because normally, you know what, we have like 18 people. This year we got like 12, and they get a free clipper. So we do have some openings for the student and newcomer class, so make sure if you haven't entered, do enter. I love the industry so much, but you know the one issue I do have?
Go on.
They'll wait till last minute. Always, and then they're disappointed when they can't get in. So make sure that you get your Liz Paul Awards dinner tickets as soon as you can, because I need to give them numbers on Tuesday, exactly how many people are coming. There still are openings for that, and also for some of the classes. If you have any problems, call me on 07887473422.
When are we on next?
We are on Monday.
On Monday.
So.
Are we? We're going to pictures.
Oh, we're going to the movies. Tuesday. We're going to go see
Beauty and the Beast.
No, you got to say it. You got to sing it. Beauty and the Beast. That made you laugh. We're going to go see Beauty and I'm so excited. I am. I'm really. And we got the good seat for the extra leg room too.
Yeah.
So. So make sure if you have any problems, call me on 07887 473422. Also, if you are interested in the clones, a lot of people have been asking me about the clones. There is a phone number on the clone bottle. Could you pass me that bottle, please?
There you go, darling.
No.
It has arrived.
Oh no!
Let me have a look.
Can you read out that phone number, please? This is well, yeah, you are younger. You might be able to read it.
Right. Yes, I am.
Got his glasses on.
It's 020.
7.
No, 8202 7646.
And that's Janet Raby. And what's the number again?
020 8202 7646.
I'm just checking out our math. Johnny's laughing down there. So if you're interested in buying more clothes, you can contact that number. I will have all the information after the master room regarding shipping of the colognes, and also people have been asking me about they want to sell it in their shops in the 100ml, which you are able to do. The feedback has been incredible on the colognes, which I'm really excited about. And there's going to be more for master room, so it's not just going to be colognes. Yay!
So we're back Tuesday. Yes.
We are back Tuesday. So don't say it.
What?
Don't say it.
What?
Say it. No, say it.
Say what?
See you next Tuesday.
No.
Come on, you say it.
No, you say
So
it.
anyway, we will be back, and with if you have any subjects you want us to cover, please do. But we will see you next Tuesday.
What happened there?
Bye.
Bye.